everybody. Happy New Year from Starchwreck Models and Props. I hope you all had a great Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything, nothing, whichever. It's all good. I hope you guys enjoyed between the period from last video and now, and you had fun and made models or watched models or did Star Trek or, you know, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. So today we're here with the latest in Diamond Select Toys Starship Legends line, the Romulan Bird of Prey. Much anticipated new addition to the collection, another alien ship. And it looks pretty awesome. I'm very excited about this. Also very excited about the Reliant coming. And do we want to put bets down when we're going to see that? 2050 or, let's see, what is it, 2017? I'm going to say 2019. Either spring 2019 or spring 2020. No, fall 2019, spring 2020 is when we'll see the Reliant, because it usually takes like 2 years after they show it off. But hopefully sooner. I'm still waiting on that TNG phaser. They said fall last year. I want that TNG phaser. I'm going to buy like 60 of them and do a whole arsenal. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, but we're not here to talk about that or complain or all sorts of other things. We're here to talk about this glorious Romulan bird of prey. So starting off, we got good packaging, got the 50th anniversary logo, even though now it's the 51st anniversary this year, and CBS or Paramount decided to do nothing, so whatever. But at least somebody's trying to put out stuff with our little box art. Standard blue box art. Of course, I guess they've changed the logo to be gold, because it used to be that silver color. On the side, we have description of all the voice and sound effects. And another picture on the bottom. Same on this side. And I can't even get it in the camera. I should make like a really nice filming place someday, eventually. I don't know. Anyway, little description on the back, other products available. Just a nice picture at the bottom, little details about it. So yeah, let's crack this guy open. All right, so you get your regular twisty ties, and there's a little literature and instructions down at the bottom. And we'll get to the base of it. Oh, I guess we're already starting. Anyway, here we go. Romulan Bird of Prey. Glorious, glorious starship. Classic Star Trek design. Classic spaceship design. Little history on the Romulan Bird of Prey. From the stories I've heard, the original filming miniature, which, you know, was made for Balance of Terror by Hua Chang, the guy, of course, who did the communicator. He built communicator, tricorder, worked on Outer Limits, Time Machine, all TOS stuff like that. He built the miniature, and from the story I heard, and I don't know how true this is, but the story I've always heard is that they, you know, built it, filmed it for that episode, got all the shots from it that you'll see later, because it's all from Balance of Terror. And apparently what happened is they, you know, he wasn't part of the union, so they were like, we're not going to pay you for building this, and so he smashed it, which I guess I can't really blame him, but I'm pretty sure that's the story I've heard of the fate of this guy, so, which kind of sucks, but, oh well, what can you do? But anyway, fortunately, we have people dedicated enough to it to make a very nice model toy thing for us. So, cool thing, you probably already spoiled it, but all the windows up here do light up, and we've got very nice, beautiful orange detailing, and silver engines, clear Bussard collectors, if that's what the Romulans use them as. And all these dark windows are the ones that light up. These white ones don't light up. There's the plasma energy weapon. And how do I explain this? If I ever got ripped, like sexy ripped, like awesome hot body, This is what I'd get tattooed on my back. That's a pledge I make to myself. That's probably never going to happen, so I won't have to go through that. But wouldn't that be I'm not a tattoo guy by any means, but if any tattoo to get, it would be this on your back. That'd be sweet, or whatever, or weird. Probably both, but that's okay. That's okay. So the glorious bird is replicated here. You can get really close up. I mean, it's really nice. It's matte too. It's really like subtle. It doesn't like, I don't know, stick out, glossy. Like they did a really good job with that. I mean that's really what you want in a good Romulan bird of prey model is the bird. And I didn't bring an example of these, but can someone explain to me where the AMT model like comes from? Like, put a picture up of it, but the wings are so like completely different, and it's so bizarre, and that design has stuck throughout the ages. The Micro Machines like that, the smaller AMT kit is like that, the Star Trek Online Romulan bird of prey is like that. All these other things use that weird winged Romulan bird of prey, and it's always been very fascinating to me how that is like that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the miniature was destroyed, so it's not exactly like they had the original to work from, but it's always been very fascinating how that has just existed throughout time. And I mean, with the pictures we have available now, you know, HD screen caps and, you know, all that restorations and just pictures they find of the old, you know, that they took of the ships and stuff like that. I mean, you can see this is how it is, but it's always fascinating to me how that design has just, you know, existed all these years. So, but like I said, let's check out a couple of the details here. We've got our battery cover plate. You get a try me button in there, off and, you know, play mode, whatever you want to call it. And that's all up in here. And there's just the one screw there, which is oddly placed for the, you know, Romulan bird's anus or whatever. I don't know. It's also the stand hole, but yeah, we could analyze that to death, and I won't. But moving on. But yeah, that, just screw that up, and there's a little indent right there for ease of picking it off. And it's 3 AAA batteries, so that's pretty easy and standard. One thing I could see annoying people, but at least it's not printed in black. We do have the copyright information on the bottom, but that's something they got to do. I don't know why they couldn't just put it on the bottom of this, which they did, but I don't know why you couldn't just have it only on there. Why do they have to put it inside the battery cover? That's where they should put it. Put it on, well, I guess yeah, they have the battery instruction. No, because they could do that on the bottom. Put them on the inside of the battery cover. Don't get, I hate that. Sorry. So, but it is what it is. At least it's not really that noticeable the farther away you get. Of course, we do have our little screw hole covers. I don't mind these because I know the Starfleet Battles miniature, that's another one that has the weird wings, but I know the Starfleet Battles miniature did this, and I've seen others have this, but they have like little landing gear, like circle things, like here, here, and here. And I mean, obviously that's not replicated here, but you could kind of say those are some kind of landing gear ports or, you know, access hatches. These, they don't look too bad. I mean, you don't really notice them that much. I don't know how far away I can get, but they're not terrible. I mean, they're pretty flush and everything. Strangely, the ship is glossier than those are, but whatever. It's all good, I think. Interesting choice. It's kind of a gloss, light blue-gray. You know what it is? It's almost like TOS Enterprise color, which is kind of interesting. Now, I always thought, well, I used to always think they were white, and I think that's because of the Micro Machine. And then from the pictures I had seen later and later, it seemed like it was kind of a silver, like a silver color, and that's what they recommended on the Cadet Series 2500 scale Romulan bird of prey, which I didn't bring, but they recommend like a silver, overall silver color. So it's an interesting color choice. I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of darker than you'd think when you look at it, but So yeah, there's that. One wonderful thing they didn't put a tacky, sticking out button like the play. Oh, I should have brought the Playmates one. I didn't even think about that. Playmates got it right. They got the wings right. Whatever. Anyway, but they had those like 4 buttons on the top, and they did not do that. They came up with something wonderful that does not interfere with the ship design at all.
I find myself wishing for destruction before we can return.
It's the entire fin is the button. And another thing to note with that, notice anything that doesn't oddly stick out. There's no sound holes, like, a whole cluster of sound holes. I think they have this to where the sound just comes out of all this little cavity here, and you can kind of feel the whole ship vibrate when it makes the sound.
There is not one to repeat a mistake.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. I might have to take off my mic, but it's pretty cool that they were able to, not compromise the ship with buttons and sound holes, and there's just the one screw, and they tied that's another thing to mention, they got the battery cover to match with the body of the bird, so they spent a lot of time really getting this guy pretty good, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let's run through the sound features, and excuse me. There we go. So now I'm just gonna hold it up to the ship, and we can listen to all the awesome Space and Mark Leonard dialogue.
Continue evasive maneuvers. The Earth Commander will follow. He must. And when he attacks, we will destroy him.
This is kind of not working like I thought it would. There we go.
Escape maneuver 1, quickly.
Oops. We'll go back to that one. Sorry.
First, study the enemy. See weakness. If I were their commander, that is what I would do. It is good we approach the neutral zone. Once fully obscured, we'll turn suddenly back upon our adversary. We will attack, but on my order.
Sorry, I keep missing the torpedo.
Perhaps we can yet save your freighter's pride for him. Your carelessness might have ended this glorious mission. I regret that we meet in this way. You and I are of a kind, in a different reality. I could have called you friend. We are creatures of duty, Captain. I've lived my life by it. Just one more duty to perform. Activate our cloak. Divert all power to weapons. I find myself wishing for destruction before we can return.
So yeah, I don't know how well that. Hopefully, it turned out okay. But the sound quality, really nice. Like, it's probably the best sound quality they've had, because sometimes they have a weird. It's like high pitched, or it's low pitched, or something, or it's like slowed down or whatever, and it sounds strange. But this one they got spot on. It almost sounds like it's coming out of a television speaker. Like, it's really good. And it's, obviously taken from the episode and stuff like that, but sounds are fantastic on this guy. And you can see the lights, when there's battle damage happening, they kind of flash, and then at the end they kind of flash on a slower rate, and then you get like 2 or 3 torpedo firing sounds, and the launcher will light up here. And it's one light, but you get it coming out of the center and the sides, and there's some, I guess the LED's right up against the hull, and there's not really light blocking, but it kind of glows on there. But I think that kind of works, because it's like, those plasma torpedoes were like big red things, so it kind of looks like the torpedo glowing on the hull and everything. So other than that, it's completely light blocked. There's no like leakage around, anywhere else, but I think that area works. You notice the engines are just kind of one LED. The one thing I would have liked to hope for is that these were a little more like frosted, just so it wasn't so obvious it's an LED in there. I mean, on the camera I think it looks pretty good, but when you, I don't know if we can see it, but when you look down in there, it's just like LED, very blatant. So I wish it had a little more diffusion, but that's okay. It's a multi-LED, so there's kind of a red and orange thing going on. I don't know if you can really see. You can kind of see it pulsating. But there's a yellow and red diode going on in there, so it gives it levels of color, which is really neat. Got the back of the engines light up, nice white. And one other cool feature, we'll check this out really neat, quick, is if you hold it down, you get the lovely lights on feature, but not only lights on feature, but also it plays the Romulan bridge noise, and then if you press it one more time, the lights stay on and no bridge noise, which is pretty cool. So love, they're taking those suggestions that we want. We want the lights on. We want sound effects. We want the sound effects to sound good. We love our lights on. That's very key. That's a very key feature of Diamond Select ships. When did they start? Oh, sorry. Did they start that with the TOS Enterprise? I think that's the first one that did the all lights on feature. And it's like, don't go backwards. We like our lights on. Hopefully they'll redo the Enterprise E and have lights on for that and stuff like that. That'd be sweet. But so yeah, we also get a lovely base of the kind of classic Romulan symbol that's in the background on the bridge, which is really awesome. And it's one of those half-sided ones, so hopefully over time, I mean, it feels really nice and solid. The base mount has a rubber seal on the inside, if you want to call it that, and it's really pretty solid. I was moving it around different directions and it was staying there. It wasn't like falling down or anything. So hopefully the base designs will continue to improve. I think this is pretty light, and I think it's not as like awkward as an Enterprise, so I think it'll do okay on this base. But especially with this like rubber thing going on in here, it's like really solid. So I think this base will do pretty well. But and then it also is kind of notched. It's not just a circle, so it's gonna stay locked in on that base, and then you can pitch it whichever way you want to. It's a good shot right there. So I'm trying to think what else here. We'll go ahead and shoehorn in. Here's the Eagle Moss Romulan bird of prey with its blue nacelle cap. It seems like nobody agrees on what this thing looks like. They've got white with blue nacelle caps. A very nice bird on the bottom. They've got the little like exhaust thing going on in the back. Oh, that is interesting. I don't think they didn't do that on the back here. So I'm not sure which one's accurate. I'll have to go look. But which, of course, it's engraved on the Eagle Moss one, or impressed. But then there's also the black decals, but they don't really line up, which whatever, kind of works. Maybe it's two separate things. And then the little debris hole that the ship shot out debris out of towards the end. So similar to the anus stand thing they got going on down there with the bird. So, but yeah, pretty cool. Let's shoehorn this guy in just for size comparisons. You got your TOS Enterprise from Diamond Select. Also very nice. This is the re-release version, so it's got a whole bunch of new sound effects. It's got the grid lines and stuff, but just on the saucer though, it seems everybody likes doing grid lines just on the saucer and nowhere else. I think if you're going to do grid lines, it should be the whole thing, like the whole ship. Like, don't have them at all, or have them all, not like both, because to me, it looks weird. Like, it looks like the ship isn't finished. So I'd rather have none or all of them. That's my opinion. But there's that. We can go ahead and get the lights on this guy. There you go. And they also added the bridge thing. I don't know if you haven't checked out this guy, look up a YouTube review of the new release of this, because I don't know if you can hear it. Let me take the mic off. There you go. You got your bridge noises going on there. So, and it's pretty sizable, as you can see, compared to the TOS Enterprise. And hell, here it is compared to a communicator. The wand communicator, of course. So, anyway, I think these will look fantastic dueling each other on a display. So I'd highly recommend it. I think it retails for about $60. And you can buy it from the Diamond Select website, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, your favorite collectibles website. Since they're brand new, so they should hopefully be around for a while. So definitely recommend picking one up. I mean, it's really from one episode plus, the stock footage that shows up later. It's a pretty iconic ship. I wouldn't expect it to do as well as like an Enterprise, but, it's really high quality. It's very simple and basic ship, but they crammed a lot of features into it, a lot of well thought out things like, the button, the battery cover, everything like that. And I just think it makes a really nice, high-quality replica, and really, really quite nice. The only thing I could recommend more is maybe a studio-scale model with lighting, but, of course, you're not really going to get the sounds in there without a lot of work and stuff like that. But, yeah, I'd say pick it up. You like Romulans, you like TOS, you like spaceships, classic sci-fi. I mean, this guy's a winner, so... I think that's all I got. All I can think of. So, yeah, I'll just throw up a couple more pictures of the ship from the show. And you can just see what a cool, neat little ship this was. And if I could go back in time, ironically, like the Time Machine watching made for the movie Time Machine. Was it Time Machine? I think it was Time Machine. Get that, go back in time, just right as he's about to smash it, just go, wait a second. Here's a bag of cash. I'm not from the future. Take that, just give me this, and just say you destroyed it, and then it's fine. And then it can, resurge again or something. I don't know. Just be cool if the original still existed, because it's a piece of Trek history. So, and you got Mark Lenard as the commander. It's pretty awesome. Great episode. I don't know. Now I'm rambling again. The whole thing was kind of a ramble. This probably could have been like 10 minutes and gotten the necessary information out. So if you've watched till now, thank you. The usual end of YouTube video things like subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hopefully, I keep saying I'm going to do it and I never get around to it. We're going to do a little Facebook giveaway because I think we're at 300 something likes on Facebook. And I keep thinking every 100 I'm going to do it, and then I'm always something else is happening. So maybe for 400, if we get to 400, we're going to do a giveaway, or maybe wait till 500 and it'll be an epic giveaway. Something really awesome. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Anyway, that's all I got. Coming up next, we've got a review of the A Creation and JL Decals NX01 sets. So a little comparison to figure out how you would like to Aztec your ship. So that's the next thing. And the next thing after that, we're probably going to be doing a little update video, since I haven't done one of those in a while. You can see what I've been working on, doing a lot of prop commission builds, which has been kind of frustrating because of supply issues. And then it's also been like an average of 28 degrees here, so painting stuff's kind of difficult. So hopefully back in the summer we'll get that started up again, or spring. And been doing a lot of tricorders and stuff like that. So anyway, there you go, Romulan Bird of Prey from Balance of Terror. And I highly encourage you to pick it up and fire plasma torpedoes all over the place and blow up asteroid bases and all that cool stuff.